What's up, WWE Champions Universe? It's Lee and Rusty. We are on the official channel on Friday night, which means it's time for some power rating. But tonight, we're just power rating one person because we've got a full set. We got a lot to do tonight. So, Rusty, while I cue him up, your thoughts on the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be?
Well, we talked about Bret Hart on our show this morning, but
That's
particularly because of his juicy entourage ability. That's the first thing I look at when a new superstar enters the game. So already I'm eyeing Bret. I'm wanting Bret. I think Bret is going to take so many others to the next level. But I have had a lot of fun this week with Bret Hart, what I was calling the snowman build, an unorthodox build of all Snowfall gym trainers, just seeing like what could he do with a little pizzazz and maybe a boss battle that catered to green gyms and Snowfalls. So I feel like Bret's flexible and versatile, but I don't know what he's best at. I need you in the community to help me understand how good is he. Entourage-wise, I get that part, but I don't really know what all he can do. So.
All right, well, let's talk about it. So first, Stephen Randall, thank you for highlighting message, and welcome. Telvin, hey, and then the Ben B, what's his entourage? Well, we'll just set that up real quick for you because his entourage, that's his entourage. Yeah, that's the entourage I've got in here. Sorry, let me try this button. His coaching ability at 31K, yellow gems do 35% more damage, green gems do 35% more damage, and multiply gems do 35% more damage. So, yellow and green, that's 5% more than your 30% trainer. So right off the bat, that makes him better than Muda's training ability. I'm going to get big guys against me already.
Already with the Muda slams.
Sorry,
here we go.
Sorry. Green gems, so better right there than, what's that, DDP?
Hall of Fame DDP is 30%.
DDP. Yeah. Now, multi-gem is only 35, so not as good as Gunther, but when you combine the fact Gunther is multi and blue, he's multi yellow and green, and here's the deal, you don't have to discriminate. You can run Gunther and Bret Hart together and get multi gems plus 60 plus 35 blue plus 30, green plus 35, yellow plus 35. Imagine that on someone like CM Punk.
Wow.
And you got something pretty spicy right there. Yeah, and imagine him on Regal. That's right, exactly, Ben B. So I've got 3 movesets I need to run real quick. So I'm gonna talk about them, and then I'm gonna let you talk while I run them. The first one, and if it's one that you want to throw in, we can do that too. But we're gonna speed through this a little bit here. So on the bottom, the arm drag, deal damage, increase your black MP by 10. In the middle, the sharpshooter, red 7 MP submission, generate 40 random sub gems that do a decent amount of damage, but I'd really, really love to see that sub doubled, tripled, or more to match the 6 gold era. 3 turns while subs are on the board, and then remaining submission gems turn into Snowfall red. And then you've got the diving pointed elbow finisher, deal damage, increase the damage of all your gems by 100% for 1 turn, pin the opponent, and then choose 3 rows to destroy. Entourage, you need red. We're doing after post 99. After it's gone, we always power rate for after. So you need one of your red MP trainers. There's a lot of them. I just happened to get to her first. Don't worry if you don't have Roxanne, you've got the others. And then the new Maurice, Snowfall gems do 200% more damage. Red moves start with 2, so that gets you loaded turn 1. And then Carrying Cross for red gems do 30%. And the new Miz for Snowfall gems do 100% more damage. On the plates, you don't need this, by the way. So readiness-wise, he doesn't need anything rare yet. But he does benefit from a Gremlin's Ear. The nice thing is they've kind of made the Gremlin's Ear something we could all get. Like, I mean, if you didn't get it,
it's on the prize wall this month.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. exactly. And then he's another one that makes red gems, which means you can run the Sheriff's Badge. You don't need it. You don't have to have it there. Other than that, I'm just running your 50% gem damage strap with Double Fury 2. And this one on the Candy Store account always has 35% more gem damage. So I've kind of mitigated that with the 50% gem damage strap instead of running 100. So I'm going to run this. Rusty, thoughts so far?
So I tried this build Thursday night, last night on stream, and I wanted it to be really good.
Spoilers.
I wanted it to be really good. I even put the Miz plate on it, like thinking that okay, well, he's going to make red, he's going to make snowfall. Maybe I can nerf my opponent's gem damage. And for me, the sharpshooter didn't leave the snowfall gems where I needed them. It didn't leave them in the top rows so that I could guarantee to cascade the entire board with the finisher. So I found myself underwhelmed with the red black moveset.
Right. Yep. And that's what you're about to see. So that was 21 million at 6-star gold, which is not good, but it did keep him down, which is nice. But
you got the pin, so
it's not good. Now in testing, because that was really bad. In testing, I've gotten it closer to 29 million, right. 31 million, give or take. But yeah, you're not talking. Somebody said like, "Oh man, new Bret is amazing. He does like 20-something million turn one," and it's like, well, unfortunately, that's not as good at 6-star gold. But you're right. That is. But it controls, it recycles flawlessly, and you're gonna get the win. So it's not like wow, but it's good.
As a boss battle enthusiast, I like this moveset because the sub, it's going to instantly break and leave the snowfalls for boss battle, right? So the finisher would hit the top line and would cascade the whole board. So there's a boss battle upside, but a feud downside, at least for this moveset to me.
Yep, you're right. Well, I'm already ready with the second moveset because I had things loaded. Nice.
You're a man. I'm just the filler that helps you get prepared for the stream. It's great.
I know. Once you have it ready, you can really do some things. So this is actually an interesting moveset because really the only thing you need is the Crucifix Bomb. Really, that's it. Like the Pendulum Backbreaker is great, and that's why we're going to be able to do some things. But the third move really is just whatever you want there. So I've got the sub, but really you could run the pointed elbow. You're not really going to run these ones, because you're going to overwrite. So big thing is 41 power gems. Now, the strength of them isn't amazing right off the bat, but there's 41 of them, which is stinking insane. So I'm going to run this as if you had the gear. Now, I didn't mention this. I actually really like this here. He doesn't have the gear on this account. It's not loaded into the Candy Store yet.
Know what the gear does. Would you
all moves get 4 MP.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you get the gear, it really helps. Like on the previous move set, we could have removed Roxanne and put in some additional damage there. But again, we're power rating it, well, we would have power rated him with the gear, if we had it, but I can't simulate that because it's not on here. I can simulate without gear, but I can't simulate with gear. But we're going to simulate this as the post or with 99 MP just to kind of show you his top end. So we've got both Undertakers. Power gems add 75%, plus this Undertaker, power gems add 50%, and black moves start with 2 more MP. We've got Alexa, should be part of the Y at 6 soon. Power gems add 25%, and Nikki, power gems add 50%. So this just kind of shows you the top end of this if you had gear and or in the 99 MP era, just so you can kind of see it. There's not really any plates that you have to run. Of course, you can always run the Mankind Faces a Foley plate, but I'm not going to for this one because I'll still need...
Does Baddest help? Does Baddest Jacket help?
If you... No, because it's... Everything about this build is the power gems.
Okay.
So
Baddest doesn't give any buff.
Right. We'll see another. I've got another with triple green still, But here's the thing. This is essentially Hall of Fame DDP. It's the exact same strategy as Hall of Fame DDP. So we're dropping 44 random power gems at strength 373, 662. That's a lot better than what they started with, right? Now, you're going to overwrite unless you just take a swipe, right? But then you've got the green move here, 7 gems into black. So as best as you can, without sacrificing, you're really, no matter what, you're going to sacrifice power gems.
You're making your 5.
Yeah, you're going to do a 5 and a 3. So do a 3 on the one side. So that's going to hit initially, right? Bam. So that did a hit of 16 million. Then you're going to do another one. That does a hit of 16 million. And then you're just going to take a swipe. And that's going to do another hit of 16-ish million.
Has he gotten a turn yet? He hasn't, right?
Oh, that was 13 at the end. No, he hasn't. But that was...
Is there any risk of cascade here?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you create a 5 and a 3, you're doing that.
So let me ask you this, Lee. With this moveset, if your opponent is turn 1 fully loaded, does it make sense to hit the sub first? Or are you hoping to not let them get a turn, period?
I mean, what's up, Hip Designer? It's very similar to Hall of Fame DDP. Because that's the way I set it up. DDP's triple yellow, has a sub, has the generate power gems, and then has a break. I mean, it's identical in effect to Hall of Fame DDP, and I love Hall of Fame DDP. So the biggest thing where he's going to fall off is I don't feel like his power gems are quite as spicy as DDP's are. And if you don't have the gear, you would need to start with either green or black moves loaded. If you have Ministry Undertaker, which I don't on my own account, then I would maybe run him for the 2 black MP.
Right.
So that'll, things will start to fall off a little bit after the post 99 if you don't have gear. But functionally, you can do 45 million turn 1, boom, very, very easily, and as long as you don't cascade.
Does triple black make any sense for the power gem loadout or not?
Not necessarily, because the finisher deals damage, which it is a pretty decent amount of move damage, but it's, again, not 6 gold levels yet. It increases the damage of all your gems by 100%, but again, you're only breaking a couple gems in order to, so that doesn't buff the power gems, and then it breaks 3 rows, which would destroy all your power gems.
Okay.
So, not really. Yeah. And then I'll set up the last one while you tell me about that. Or if there was a different move set you found that you liked better, the last one I'm going to do is triple green. So
I went back and forth with triple green and green finisher.
Yeah.
And when I used the finisher, I was only turning the top row. I was only breaking the top row so that everything would below it. I don't know if that matters at all. But yeah, so with the green build, I think I had more success using some green gem, green and snowfall. Like I tried to see what snowfall could do.
Right.
And I think I liked Maurice and Miz, but I think I also wanted to have, now with the plus 99, I wanted to have green gem damage in there. It just didn't hit quite hard enough without. But I didn't try. I specifically was testing the Miz plate, so I didn't use a Sheik plate, which this may be part of your setup.
Well, I'm not going to run it initially with the Sheik plate, but I'll show you what it looks like with that if we want to, because the move damage is okay, but it's not huge. Like for example, your Snowfall gem move, you're doing 300k, you're doing another 390k there, and 247k. In order for it to really be Sheik plate worthy, like Fatu is 2 million on his move, 1.8 million, I think, like that, and Neidhart is a little more than that. I mean, so unless you're already in the millions, the Sheik plate probably is not going to be your go-to, but it certainly adds some additional. And JD Nashtide, absolutely, the subs are problematic because once they break, they drop down. So yeah, so now here's the big hit for this one. We've got damage plus 320k bonus damage for every Snowfall gem, and you'll see most of the board is Snowfall gem. So, bam, we've got that. Still only 13 million, though. And then you make 7 gems black, which is going to be your top row.
And you wonder, why was a 6 gold premier character designed with bonus damage?
Yeah.
When we don't see the bonus damage make the leap into 6 gold.
But he won.
I don't know.
He won turn 1. So, yeah. He can't... I mean, you can't knock it. He's successful in there, but it's just not hitting the numbers that I would expect and really hope to see for especially a premier character. In fact, we had... don't clip this, guys, but we do need help clipping because they want us to clip all of our things, and I'm still learning how to do clips and all that.
Clip our intros when I'm in here just hooting and hollering.
Yeah. We had actually a couple people, but one person started it, and then the others in our Power Ratings Discord discussion who said this may be the worst, in terms of a fighting ability, the worst character they've released in the 6-star gold meta so far. Which is like, ooh, wow, that's...
So, well, bad. And that just goes to reemphasize my love of Final Boss as a striker. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, that's all the moves. I've used them all. I mean, if there's a different combination you've got, let me know. But otherwise, I mean, I think we're really ready because we're going to spend some time tonight talking about this Prestige Pass, and then we've got not a pull-off. We have a pull showdown between Rusty and I. So... Big Fritz just pulled Bret. Awesome. Don't let
Paluski said, Final Boss is still bad, Rusty. No, he's not. He's the MVP.
Wow. Don't to use Rusty's words, don't let me yuck your yum.
Don't yuck my yum.
But he is probably the best Bret Hart in the game. I'll give him that. And he is one of the best coaches in the game. I mean,
he's the best Bret Hart in the game.
I think he is. I mean, I don't know if I should question that, but
that's like saying he's the best Stacy Keibler in the game. Here's
wow. Hey, he's better than Stacy Keibler, and then
no, I agree. Okay? I agree. I'm just saying he's a character with a notoriously underwhelming history. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I understand. So Rusty, if you want to start getting some polls ready, power is objective, so we don't need to put a poll up that. The highest we saw him hit was 45 million. So for for 5 points, or what we call S plus tier on our end, you'd need 60 million. So he falls very squarely within the 4-point range here.
Okay. I mean, that's higher than I thought. That's actually higher than I thought. I thought he was going to hit a 3 in power.
I mean, I saw a number of 3s in the pre discussion on there. So, if you look at, I don't know if I can swipe over without screwing up the screen here. If we go to the Champions Chat server, the number 1 result was actually 2 for power on him. So,
well, I was hitting consistently 30 million, 35 million in recycling perfectly. So, and with a sub, I was able to go the distance. And last night on stream, I chopped down a 6 gold Big Papa Pump with Bret.
Pretty quick.
At silver, right? So, he can get it done.
It's a little bit more challenging from that side of things. But it is, I mean, again, the Power Gem build, 45 million. Now, that is if you have gear, so that changes the readiness scale a little bit there. Speed, again, so let's look at 5, 4, and 3 real quick. So 5 is 2 of the following are true. MP charge is equal to or lesser than 6 MP. None of his main builds, one of his main builds is 6 MP right off the bat. Moves recycle flawlessly. That's true across the board pretty much. Animations are quick, but win in 45 seconds in feud, I don't know that he's going to hit that.
So JD Nash actually did some math and said 80% of 60 million is actually 48 million. So that makes him a 3.
Well, okay. I stand
Math
corrected,
wins.
and I'm glad to be corrected.
You can't outmath the math, right?
You can't outmath the math. There's a 33 and a third chance that it spells disaster 400% of the time. So a 4 in speed is 2 of the following are true. MP charges 7 or less. Several of his are 7 or less. Moves recycle flawlessly. Yep. And or animations are fairly quick, resulting in a win in under 60 seconds in feud. That's going to be the debatable piece of that. And then the following are true for 3. Charge of 8 or more. And again, that's like if one move is 6 MP, but it charges the higher level moves, then you're okay. That doesn't mean that everyone has to be. It's just your starting move. And can be offset with common trainers. Moves recycle most of the time. Animations are not overly long, resulting in a feud win in 1 to 2 minutes. So speed-wise, I mean, he hits the markers for a 4. I mean, the things that are there, he hits those. So, I mean, he's MP is low, recharge is flawless, and he should win in 60 seconds or so because you have, even if you're doing the sub, you've subbed down their moves and you're good. So we've got a 3 and a 4 so far, but now let's turn it over to the community here. So readiness, Rusty, you got the readiness scale ready? Actually, Rusty has disappeared. Rusty's gone. I don't know what happened to Rusty, guys. He disappeared again. So I've got the collab cam to bring him back once he comes back. Yeah. So anyway, readiness here. Character needs 0 to 1 special things. Plate, gear, or special trainers, moment, etc. And for him, okay, good. He said dropped, but I'm rejoining. So special gear, I mean, gear would be 1 for sure if you have it or get it. The Gremlin's ears, maybe. You don't necessarily need it, and you don't necessarily need it plus the gear together. Character needs 2 special things, plate, gear, moment, or rare trainer for 4 points. 3 points is character needs 3 special things of those to make them work well. And then a 2 is character needs 4 special things, plate, gear, moments, or rare trainer. Rusty is not back yet, so Canadian internet. That's the one that wins right there. So I'm gonna create the dash poll here, and let's get readiness. The response of 1, 2. I learned how to do a poll, guys, since Rusty was leading the thing here for 2 minutes. All right, the poll is live, and I'm adding Rusty back onto the stream. Rusty, you back? Rusty?
Hey-o.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Rusty?
You got me?
I can hear you.
Oh, no.
I can hear you. They can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
I know.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't be a video without Rusty dropping off, right? Yes. Check your mic cord. All right, while you guys are doing the poll, let me tell you Discord's results for readiness. We have 4 votes for a 5, 3 votes for a 4, 2 votes for a 3, 1 vote for a 2, and 2 votes for a 1. So, yeah, the chat will be able to hear both of us. Rusty just can't hear me for whatever reason. So, Nem says they can hear you, Rusty. So with Discord, the vote is strongly in favor of 5 or 4 for readiness. Again, the argument for my side of it is I don't really know what he needs. Whoopsies, I'm back on that again. Huh? I don't really know what he needs that would be special. There's a couple things he could use, but they're not necessities. Rusty might be in a Fallout bunker. Yes, Will Breaker. I have to type it to him. Rusty, we can hear you. we go. He needs both gears or 99 MP to hit 45 million. No, he'll need either gear or 99 MP. Yeah, he doesn't. There's not both gears. There's just the one. But definitely, he would need one gear so that you don't have to offset the trainers as much. Yeah, and the momenter plate don't exist yet, so we don't know. We can't base it off of things that don't exist just yet. So it looks like readiness came in at a 3, but let me see the breakdown to offset. No, okay, so 5's got 6%, 4's got 12%, 76% said 3. Although offset would be a 5 and a 4, so 4 5s versus 13s. So it's gonna end up, once you figure the two together. Wait, Russell T. What is Russell T doing here?
Hey, don't you worry about who I am.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, you're quiet though.
Can you hear yourself on loop? Hopefully not.
I cannot. No.
Okay. We're ready to roll then.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to keep track of chat here. OG Kinney can hear us both. He was nice. Like, I only want to pay $5 a month for the internet. That's what he got. That's
right. I live out in the country. I got the 5G internet.
Oh. You're out in the country. Well, why don't you start our next poll, Rusty, while I explain versatility. Versatility. So 5 points. Characters competitively usable in feud, boss, and showdown. Character has a special gem type that helps in boss and extreme rules. For 4 points, characters competitively usable in at least 2 of those types, feud, boss, showdown. Character has the extreme rules builds. For 3 points, characters competitively usable in 1 and maybe a sleeper for boss battle. Or for 2 points, character is not strong in any competitive mode but may be capable of winning tours. So,
poll is live.
Poll's live, pal. So versatility from Discord, we've got 2 who said he's a 5, 2 who said he's a 4, 2 who said he's a 3, and 4 that said he's a 2, along with 2 that said he's a 1. So, let's chat while we got that going. Rusty, you said you think he'd be good for boss battle.
Yeah, I think he'd excel in boss battle. What's his era? Attitude?
Attitude era, yep.
So he doesn't have a very good showdown link.
Nope.
But he's strong. I mean, he does the right stuff. Gosh.
I don't know that he's going to be very great for feud, just being honest. I don't know that many people who are going to go with him. Very few people use sub in the feud, you know, as their go-to, unless it just happens to be a killer sub.
He's going to do really well at the Extreme Rules. He's going to do really well at the Stip Tours. He's going to do really well at your normal tours with perks.
Yep.
So, you know, kind of against the AI and with the special requirement level, I really like him. He can do a lot of different things. Power gem, snowball gem, spam red, spam green. So that's very usable in game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, though, the main thing for it is usable in feud, boss, and showdown. Those are the 3 big ones there. Oh, wow. And surprised.
I just don't think he can be a 5. No. I think feud is ruled out instantly.
I think he's ruled out of feud. I don't think he can do showdown as well either. So 3 and 4 are 1 vote from each other, so we need to bring Discord into it. For versatility, 3 got 2, 4 got 2, but 2 got 4. 2 got 4.
It still wouldn't. 2 would still be in 3rd place.
Right, but I'm saying if you take a look, if 3 and 4 are neck and neck,
anchoring
the 3s and the 2s bring it down quite a lot.
Yeah, so a 3 would be voted 3 or less.
Yeah.
Or however the majority voted 3 or less.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's probably right. Showdown, I think you're right. Showdown's not impressive.
Yeah, and we also had somebody in here who said they couldn't vote, but it was a 3. OG Kenny C also said, so I don't have Twitch app, said it wouldn't let me vote. So either way, I mean, 3 definitely takes that one. So then the last piece, where I think he's going to shine the most for me, is the coaching ability. So the coaching ability, again, is 35% to green and yellow and multi-gems. 35% to green, yellow, and multi-gems. So a 5 would be an essential coach or trainer that you don't want to go into battle without. Add something you need. A 4 would be widely used, helps the character being used reach their full potential. A 3 would be a niche trainer coaching ability, may not be used much, but very valuable when needed. Can I show you something real quick, Rusty, while you're setting that up?
Yeah, polls live.
Polls live, pal. All right, so Rensko said this. In my example of everything else being the exact same, only difference being the 2 coaches, I'm trying to figure out the Scopely math. Is it maybe that Gunther gets the boost and then the second? For example, if you would normally get 100% boost, you had the 60% boost, then you get your 160 and 30, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, taking this all into account, the new Bret that gets 35% plus 30% would mean that he gives yellow and green multis a 75.75% boost instead of a 65% boost. So Memrock would be better in those situations, might be useful for his power. TLDR, for multiply coaches, Gunther is the best for blue gems, Memrock is the second best for everything else. Bret is second best for yellow and green, and third best for the other classes. So
that's some big brain stuff right there.
That was.
Fellow Canadian.
Fellow Canadian.
So
I love it.
So simplify that for those of us with a public school education.
So basically they were saying, like, the math doesn't quite math to just be... I know Alicia's going, what the heck here, fellow faction member? Oh, the math doesn't quite work. So what he was trying to say was, okay, is this actually better than Memrock? Because Memrock theoretically is a 100% because you're getting another multi-gem, right? And the way the math actually worked is that you will see Bret do better than Memrock on your green and your yellows, but that's it, right? Anybody else, you're going to want to use Mem.
Okay.
Or, Gunther. Gunther beats Memrock. But basically those 3 right there, any combination of Gunther, Memrock, and Bret Hart is top tier. I mean, that's your way to go. So the chat...
I was just going to say, think about how many loadouts you've built with some combination of Gunther or Memrock in the coach spot. Everyone is 6 gold that's doing multiply gems.
Yeah.
So the vote finished in 5.
Very definitively 5. Same with Discord. Yeah.
This is the kind of entourage I think the community wants to have. I think more of these combo color coaches would be incredible. Give us like a red and black and multiplies do 35%, and I think we're freaking out, right?
Yeah.
I think you give us maybe blue and I don't know, blue and yellow or blue. I don't know what combo is right there, but it would be really cool. Really, really cool.
Yep. Well, that puts us at a 19 out of 25, which is the lowest number we've seen for an S tier character since we started the power ratings, but definitely not quite as low as some others might have said. I think probably the argument from a few of them would be that maybe his speed takes another hit just because of the feud wins. He's probably... debatably there. But either way, I mean, definitely lower than our other S tiers we've rated.
You said 19? That's 19. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think when we first saw Bret in previews and break it downs, we anticipated this might be a critical Entourage member. But let me say this. Isn't Sherry, right? Like, I'm not sure Sherry is going to get any higher of a rating as a feuder.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But is she not an invaluable Entourage member? Right?
Absolutely.
So Entourage, to me, Entourage is eternal value, right? Feud meta comes and goes, rises and falls.
Right. Oh, the chat's cracking me up here. The best there never was. It's Bret Hart we're talking about. 30s across the board, everybody. Oh, this is great. Well, we need to call this one because we've got a big chunk to talk about this new Prestige Pass and show it off as well. So, Rusty, you want to take us out on this video, and then Twitch, we're going to move on to talking about some Prestige Pass.
You know, just like most things, Bret Hart gets the slight here from you American voters. Another Canadian falls victim to the Montreal screw job. Continues to happen on Friday night here. A travesty for Canadians everywhere. But the rating stands. It is what it is. Bret's final score, 19 out of 25. Yet he's a 25 out of 25 when you look at just the Entourage value. So maybe he is the best there ever will be when it comes to yellow, green, and multiply assistance. Check us out on Friday nights on Twitch, live on the WWE Champions main channel. And we'd love to have you be part of the next power rating. We'll see you next time.
Bye. I was always more of a Scorpion Deathlock kind of guy myself.
I love Belushi wrote